Are you like Hayley? She's wondering why she isn't getting any clients. Most of her clients come from referrals, and attracting new clients feels like it's out of her control. If you're like Hayley and you are getting most of your clients from referrals, how can you bring something that feels uncontrollable back into your power? In this video, I'm going to share with you one thing that I see most motion designers ignoring that could be detrimental to your career. And no, this isn't a video where I'm just going to say, just put yourself out there. I'm going to give you practical, actionable advice that you can apply today. But before we get into it, I do want to tell you a story about two motion designers. One of those motion designers managed to get one new client and 6 brand new leads from just one LinkedIn post. And no, luckily for you, it wasn't magic, but more on how he did that later. The other day I had a notification from Twitter from one of my coaching students announcing that she was going freelance. In the post, she thanked me, and I was so excited to see that her posts were doing extremely well. I asked Sabine about the results of going freelance and also the results of these announcement posts, and her numbers were staggering. In under 48 hours, Sabine had over 60 LinkedIn requests and over 100 new followers on Twitter. And not surprisingly, she didn't have much traction on Instagram because at the moment Instagram seems to be pushing Reels more than anything else. But most importantly, Sabine had 9 new work requests in just 48 hours, which I think we can all agree is a pretty great result. So I wanted to dig into what Sabine had done to make her posts such a success. One thing Sabine had done very well was to take action on everything that we discussed in our coaching calls. She had made a CRM, a client relationship manager, to keep track of all her interactions with her potential clients, but also with her fellow motion designers. But one of the most important things that Sabine did to make her going freelance posts so successful was that she reached out to other motion designers and people in the community way before she was going freelance, so way before she needed their support, which really helped when she eventually went freelance because they wanted to see her succeed. She did a fantastic job of connecting with the community online, but also in real life. This is the biggest opportunity that you're probably ignoring right now, especially if you want to increase your chances of getting more referrals. And remember, that is the way that most motion designers get their work. So let's take a deeper look at what Sabine did ahead of her going freelance. She connected with motion designers in her local area, and they invited her to a Slack group where she continues to build connections and long-term relationships with them. She also joined online communities such as the School of Motion community, where she interacted and tried to help other motion designers. She posted her work online even before she was freelance and left valuable comments on other people's posts. She connected with motion designers and creative directors who had a much larger audience than she did, and then they reshared her posts when she went freelance. Sabine was successful in harnessing the power of community because she built her relationships over time. She shared her goals with others, and she also tried to help other people too. So as mentioned in the beginning of this video, one of our accelerator students, Luke, got 1 new client and also 6 brand new leads from just one LinkedIn post. And that LinkedIn post also got 20,000 views. Luke came to our accelerator and he wanted to work in a niche that he was extremely passionate about, and that was making motion guidelines for brands and companies. So we discussed ways that Luke could get his ideas out there and hopefully get a client in the motion guidelines space. And we decided to take the approach of a building in public model. So what's building in public and how can it help you harness the power of community? So when you build in public, you're allowing the public or your community to see how you're building your business from the start. This is a powerful strategy because people love seeing behind the scenes, and it also helps them too, so naturally they're more interested. So you're probably noticing that there is a theme in this video of helping people, and you would be right. Luke knew he needed to be able to show clients what motion guidelines were and how they could work for a brand. So Luke started a personal project doing motion guidelines for the brand Unsplash. I encouraged Luke to use the build in public approach and show online how he was moving into this new direction. In Luke's first post, he did an excellent job, and he used a few key things that I believe helped him to be successful. So let's break it down. The first thing that Luke did was tell everyone that this was a new idea that he was building. So this signaled that everyone should be excited and should pay attention. He also spoke about how this can help the motion and branding industries. So if you're in one of those industries, you'll probably pay attention to this post. Luke went on to then tell his story and share his thoughts, and he also asked people to share their thoughts too. When you ask for others' opinions and you ask questions on your post, this can help people to engage with your post, which will push it up in the algorithm. By telling your story, you're being more relatable and personal. Sometimes people think that you need to be professional and polished on platforms such as LinkedIn. But more and more lately, I've seen that telling your stories online and being more relatable can help you to become part of the community. So let's talk about what these two motion designers have in common. They both started down new paths in their careers, and they also shared their journey online. But most importantly, they used the power of community. Both of them were trying to build genuine connections, and they were also thinking of their career as a long game. So what can you do to harness the power of community to start or grow your business? You can comment on others' posts and offer value to them. Don't just comment an emoji, think and consider their post and write a thoughtful comment back to them. And number 2 is helping answer other people's questions. And this is really easy to do. There's so many online motion design communities in Slacks, in Discords, and there's even a motion design Twitter community now as well. And I feel like this is a really underutilized space that would be great to go in there and answer people's questions and also put thoughtful comments. And if you would like, you can also join the Motion Hatch community. You can get access through any of our courses, which I'll put the link below in the description, and you can join other like-minded motion designers and get support and accountability for your career. And the third way that you can be part of the community is using the build in public approach like Luke did. So go out there, tell stories and let people know what you're up to. The thing is, even after learning these tips to get consistent clients, you've probably still got a big problem, and that is finding the time to post online and be part of the community. So watch this video next where I share 3 key ideas that's going to help you to manage your time, and this is what's really going to help you to grow your motion design business.